Alright, so to all my people out there in late night land, it is 12:51 here, Central Time, and I am currently involved in a very long and very awkward conversation with Destiny and Angie. Um, Destiny, I've known for years and mentioned repeatedly, and her and our conversations, they always go in a very interesting direction. And Angie is someone that I've met through Destiny, who I'm not entirely sure how they met. I think it had to do with alcohol and possibly saving Angie from an abusive man or something. I'm sure that's how it went. That's generally how it goes. But anyways, so we're having a very long conversation, and it all started with me trying to persuade Angie on to becoming a member of the Twitter world, because we all know how much I am a fan of Twitter. And then we started talking about taking advantage of people, because she accused me of trying to roofie her, and obviously my plan is to lure her onto Twitter, where then I can then take full advantage of her. And then we started talking about the consumption of alcohol, and how when Destiny consumes alcohol, she turns into, if it's good stuff like Jack Daniels or name brands, she turns into the image of Katy Perry in her Extraterrestrial music video. If you've seen it, then you know what I'm talking about. If you haven't, then you should check it out, so that way you have the right visual for this conversation. And then Angie said, and if it's the cheap shit, then she's like, then she looks like this. And it was a picture of the girl from Exorcist. So I'm going to read you some of this conversation so you can maybe understand a little bit of the entertainment that is my night. And Destiny was like, something tells me I should stick to Jack. And I said, I think we should all take a lesson from this and swear to avoid the cheap shit at all costs. Angie says, but it hurts so good. You know those cliche boiling, hissing witches cauldrons on made-for-TV Halloween movies? That's what my stomach felt like last night. And Destiny goes, rape me, Evan Williams. Rape me again. I said, I'm not even sure where this is going. Angie, you're supposed to be protecting her from the crazies when I'm not around. Angie says, it was Kentucky Deluxe that got me. The talk of whiskey. And I said, one of these days, someone really is going to steal your skin, and I'm just going to say told you so, letting people rape you, tisk. There's a running joke between me and Destiny about how she's going to end up meeting someone who is going to be Buffalo Bill crazy and try and steal her skin. And so then Angie said, and she is the one who protects me. I can only talk shit, then tag team her to clean the house. I said, haha, I think we all tag team with Deezy at some point or another. And Angela says, that's what the word on the street is anyway. I said, ooh, sounds intriguing. Deezy gets more action than girls on the corners in LA. Disney says, I've found Buddha and changed my ways. Angela says, we're going to be on the doorstep showing them city bitches up soon. Disney says, fuck yeah, could have been a doctor, should have been a lawyer, but headed to Sunset Boulevard to work that corner. I said, are we looking into 3 bedrooms? Because Destiny and I's plan 2 years from now is to move to California. And Angela says, you don't want to cuddle with me? And I said, oh, but of course. I was just talking about a front for when people come to visit, winky face. Taquitos always thinks ahead. That's my nickname, is Taquitos, because Angie and Destiny like to call me at 3 o'clock in the morning when they're drunk to come get them to go get Whataburger taquitos. The answer's always no. I'm not getting out of bed to take you to get taquitos. And I said, I think you need to write a book, Memoirs of a Drunk Bitch. And Angela says, poignant title. Destiny says, I'm just waiting for a random to chime in on this conversation soon. I said, I think we probably scared anyone away with talks of alcohol, rape, street corners, and books. I'm sure it seems like we're planning something. Angie says, I usually lose a friend or two every time I go on inappropriate commenting sprees like these. Haters gonna hate. Destiny says, this is usual after hours banter on Angie's wall. Angie says, X-rated with Angie after dark. I said, I think I finally found an acceptable use of my late night sleeplessness. Angie says, Destiny also likes to promote public belief in my hetero-flexible promiscuity by tagging me in rather conspicuous posts. Anytime S&M starts playing, I feel like everyone around me knows. I said, I don't think you're hiding it as well as you think you do. Cough, cough. Angela says, so you've seen Girls Gone Wild, Skinny White Bitches, Volume 9, have you? Well, this changes things. I said, there is no limit to what I know. I've also seen Wood Nymphos 4, 5, and 6, as well as Prince's Bondage, Director's Cut. I then said, what's going to be weird is if those are real and one of your friends knows this. I'm going to look like someone who's into nugget shit or something. Destiny says, you don't hide it as well as you think you do, Cassie. I said, oh yeah. Angie says, oh yeah. Add a disclaimer as soon as we're really getting to know each other, Cassie. Someone has trust issues. I said, or maybe I just want you to think I'm hiding something. And I wouldn't be a friend of Deezy's if I didn't have trust issues. She doesn't trust people that are trusting. Angie says, never trust anyone who's trusting. It means they don't have deep, twisted past you can booze them up and talk them out of and later blackmail them with. I said, exactly. In life, it's all about who you can blackmail. The more, the richer. I plan on retiring from all my blackmailing. Destiny says, you're just waiting until I get more money, eh? And Angie says, I plan on marrying rich, basking in tabloids, and killing off anyone who has handwritten poems. I said, pretty much. I can't bleed you dry if you're already dry. I said, I'm going to need you to get rich, like now. And I said, I foresee us getting Angie drunk and stealing those soon. We can retire on Venice Beach with how badly she'll want to keep those under wraps. Angie then says, I'm going to set up shop on the Strand and write love poems for $5. Drive the value of your stolen goods down faster than taquitos after a few shots of tequila. So to say that our conversations are boring or lame would be a drastic understatement and false advertisement. So you should definitely, if you want to see more random shit like that, you can definitely follow me and Destiny on Twitter, and eventually we will recruit Angie into being on Twitter. And what I think you should do is comment on this and subscribe to this and like this if you think Angie should get a Twitter as well. So then we can just make this giant takeover of Twitter with our random awkward conversations that no one really understands. I'm going to go back to not sleeping, and I hope the rest of you guys have a really good night. Love you. Mwah.